Mr. Bradley, number one, you're talking about an academic level at the high school. And I think we've gone over this in academic affairs and everything else. There's an ASTI plan in place. We've been put on, on watch, I'll call it, or whatever you like to call it, for not meeting the growth requirement for that subgroup. There's many districts that don't even have that subgroup because there's a certain number you need. But again, there's a plan in place, and it's an area of concern that we have. And I have to give credit to the high school administration and the team they have. They're working diligently on making improvements and different changes to curriculum, and also the process in which some of those programs take place. Again, you continue to bring up the NEF thing. I am not debating anything in the Auditor General's report because, again, you pick things out. But I think it's important that you make it sound like it was a big secret. I did not have any knowledge of financial payment being made to NEF until I received an email August 2017 of 2009. Or I will also say there was no report from any of the auditors during those years. Ms. Denicola, when she came on, was the one who addressed it. And she was the one who in that time reached out to the Auditor General because she was concerned about how it was handled in the finance piece. So through their investigation, we gave them all the facts, we gave them all the information, we went through, they had understanding. And again, I think it's important, and I believe even Ms. Winhorn, when you were here, went over some of this with you, that the way that was handled in the financial piece was a big part of this. I personally did not know until I received that email again, asking for a payment based upon a discussion that took place with the business office, and that payment was to be paid in the 1920 budget, and there was a request for the email. Regarding Art Stellar, I was not even aware he was involved until the Attorney General, or excuse me, the Auditor General reached out to NEF and notified us that they were referred to him during that process. Before that, I think it's important for you to know that there was a number of phone calls placed here requesting to talk to me before he talked to the Auditor General, which to me is a big red flag. Why do they, if they're questioning, why does he need to talk to me prior to talking to the auditors? And there were several messages that were left for me for that. In the meantime, yes, we did talk to him, myself and Patty. At the time, we had some questions, and of course, so did the AG's office. And we also requested information from that, which we never received. But again, I think, you talk about the stipend that was received. Yes, you are correct. There was a board meeting and there was a stipend. Success Maker, the Math ELA program was there. The business manager also was approved for a stipend. But what I think it's important is that in the Auditor General, when we requested the stipend printout, all they were able to do was print out the payments that were made. What we were unable to do is that confirm that there was an MOU for the business manager that the stipends were supposed to be part of the salary. So the business manager from 16-17 was at a salary of $93,500, and then in 17-18 that increased to $113,700 because of that MOU that was approved by the board at the time. And again, I think it's important that at no time did any of the auditors question the NEF program. The payments, were listed as part of it. I did not question it. Anything that was put in front of me that was said to be part of the QZAB, I was under the understanding that that was the process. On 12/18 of 2014, there was even a payment made that listed QZAB payment. However, that payment was apparently to NEF, but on the bills it was listed as QZAB. So a lot of this stuff I have to give credit to Ms. Nicola to bring to our attention, who in turn contacted the Auditor General as well with concern, and then we were able to work with them and give them all the information requested for them to complete their report. So I just wanted to think that's important for everyone to understand and to know as part of this. And also, I think it's important as part of that report that the Auditor General was happy with our responses, how we're going to handle it, how the district's moving forward, the plans we have put in place. And Mr. Rarick is continuing to do that, and again, showing more information than has been previously. As far as the 10 pages per year, 10,000 pages per year, if we had approximately 1,000 students from K to 6 doing a program, and they took 2 tests in math and ELA every week, actually it would be more than 10,000 reports. Now, they were done online as well, but everything you have, and you even said you got everything that we had a document here on file, you were able to receive through Right to Know. So that's where that, you say the 10,000 pages, that's where those 10,000 pages would have come from.
Given that, Mr. Hold on a second.
Thank
Given
you.
that,
Mr. Bradley, I have
one
no.
more second. Hold on. I'm making a motion here. So given that Mr. Cleaver has identified this information, which is good, we're on a watch list and a plan is in place. I'd like to make sure that we're not on a watch list. He said that he had no knowledge. He said he personally did not know. He said he was not aware. He said, I did not question anything put in front of me. For all of these reasons,
I was not
these
aware
reasons,
of the payments.
Yet his signature is on the payment for $1.6 million, and
No,
a stadium was
there
bought.
is
And a stadium was bought after money was moved. As a CEO,
again,
you got to take responsibility. You can't
Mr.
blame
Bradley,
Patty.
I am not
You can't blame
arguing
Brian. I'm
bit.
talking, sir. You had your speech. I kept quiet. You can't blame Brian. You can't blame Patty. You can't blame her. The buck stops with the board.
I'm not blaming anybody, Mr.
So
Bradley.
I will
I'm
say
stating
that I make a motion to approve a 6-month contract extension for Jonathan Cleaver as a Lehighton Area School District Superintendent, ending December 31st of 2021, to provide such time that the new board can investigate a new superintendent. However, the motion is simple: to approve a
Right, and I'll
end of the
second
year.
that.
Yep, end of the year. A contract to go to the end of the year for the Lehighton Area Superintendent for Jonathan Cleaver. If he can document everything he's talking about and we get it all together, yeah, maybe he can keep his job and the new board will find that's a great idea. But in the meantime, we should not corner the new board, number one. And number two, we should really dig in and do our job as a board to protect our superintendent so that he doesn't say, I didn't question anything that was put in front of me. I was not aware. It sounds like Ollie North, right? We can't have it. So
Dave, enough. It's a good motion. I support it. We should parallel what we did with the